Hey guys, Czar here. Hope all is well. I just wanted to spend a few minutes with you today. Really just a very quick chat about my 4 primary setups. I get a lot of questions on what exactly do your trade setups look like and how many do you have? The reality is I trade mostly 1 or 2, but 4 in total from time to time, and this is what they look like. The first setup that I trade is called zone breaks. The second are zone reversals. The third are T-con trades or trend continuation trades, and the fourth are VWAP reversions. So again, zone breaks, zone reversals, T-con or trend continuation, and VWAP reversion trades. Let's take a look at some examples. Zone breaks, these are the ones that I trade most often, so more than any other setup. This is for scalping and day trading only, of course, nothing to do with swing trading, which I do a lot of, or position trading. But on my scalping, this is what it looks like. Zone break. So here's a, in this case, a 15-minute candle breaking and closing into a new zone. Has a nice bottom wick, a nice top wick on the next candle, and then a break below the current candle body. Sometimes I'll take out below the body, and sometimes I'll wait for a break below the wick. It depends on the time of day, the nature of the setup, and so on and so forth. The next type of trade, or next example, is also a zone break. Again, this one's a long trade this time, but a break and close. This is a 10-minute candle, break and close into a fresh zone, upper wick, a bottom wick on this next candle, and then a break above. This one looks like I got in a little bit late. Could be considered early if you would normally get in here, but you get the idea. These are actual trades, by the way. All of these have full trade videos from beginning to end on YouTube. You'll find them there. This is my screen with the 30-minute on the left and the 1-minute chart on the right. But again, a zone break. There was a zone up here. This is a long candle break into a fresh zone, a nice pullback, and then a break below, entering here for a nice, looks like a 1.25, 1.5 R win on this one. You can see the 1-minute price action there as well. Another zone break. Here's a break on the 1-minute chart. So now we're looking at the more micro time frame, right? This nice basing pattern, then a break and close above, a little pullback, and then taking that next candle up for a nice reversion trade, really, but it's a zone break trade to the previous resistant high. And we're able to get a nice, I think there was a 4 or 5 R win on that one. Zone break, again, break and close. Notice with all these wick candles here, this was the first candle, nice strong white candle to break and close above the zone, and then a nice little pullback and a break above this the high point, and taking that one for, it looks like about a 1.2 R win. Zone break to the downside, break and close, pullback, dropping down, entering. This one caused a little bit of pain. I had to wait quite a while for this one. These are 10-minute candles. I had to wait about half an hour for this one to play out, but it eventually did for a 1-to-1. Another zone break, break and close, pullback, break above, taking it for a nice, looks like about a 2 or 3 R win. Zone break to the downside, break and close, nice wick up, break down below, and pressing down. Break and close, pull back, break above, and away we go. Zone break, break and close, pull back, break down below, and away we go. Now here are the zone reversal trades. Instead of breaking above and closing to continue higher into the next zone, we rallied to the top of the zone here, which the zone was already in place before we took this trade, and then we saw the rejection, and then a breakdown below that candle, and took that trade down towards the bottom of the zone. Another reversal, a zone reversal, pushing up, rejecting down, creating support, pushing back up, rejecting down, waiting for this blue candle to close, a wick up, and then taking this trade. This would be about a 1.25, 1.5 R trade, right? It's meaningful. It's as meaningful as a 100-point trade because we're using R multiples here. And now trend continuation or T-con trades. Notice this impulse wave up, a nice orderly pullback, buying in here for the first one, pardon me. There were some other reasons in the video that I did this, but the trend continuation aspect is this idea of a new high, failure to make a new low, breaking above again for a trend continuation, orderly pullback, breaking above again for a trend continuation. This is a 3-piece add trade, fully T-con or trend continuation in nature. Trend continuation. This one was actually in a down market. If we could go back and zoom out, I can't do that on the slide. You see this is actually a bearish move with a retracement up here, a nice impulse wave down, orderly zigzag correction, beginning to break down, a shift blue candle, waiting for it to consolidate, and then taking this break down to fill this nice big candle here. Trend continuation. Another trend continuation. This one is on the 1-minute chart. VWAP happens to be on this chart. This is not a VWAP trade as such. This is a trend continuation. Impulse down, corrective to VWAP, which was a confluencing factor for me. And then driving down on the weakness, taking it below VWAP. But this is a trend continuation trade. T-con, impulse wave down, a nice triple zigzag pullback, breaking down below. This is actually a fairly late entry. It still worked out exceptionally well. Sometimes you can do that with a late entry. And now VWAP reversion. These are trades where prices have deviated away from the volume weighted average price, this blue line down here, and then simply taking a reversion move back towards VWAP. Doesn't always have to get there. This one I believe actually did later on. Doesn't matter. We're taking this magnetic move back on this breakdown of structure under here to a key support level in this case. It was a very nice trade. This was about a 4 or 5R win. VWAP reversion. Prices had been 2 standard deviations or more below VWAP, rallied through VWAP to near 2 standard deviations above. And very often when we see that, we'll see a corrective right back down to the middle for an equilibrium. And I explain all of this on my VWAP playlist on the YouTube channel, which I highly recommend you watching, especially the anatomy, mastering the anatomy of VWAP. VWAP reversion, again, very weak here in the morning, and then moving up towards mid-morning and lunchtime. This little VWAP reversion move, that was actually a 3R win. Doesn't look like much, does it? But it certainly was. VWAP reversion, again, 2 standard deviations, trying, and then failing. Being able to try again, not be able to get to a new high, break of structure, and VWAP reversion trade all the way back towards VWAP. It eventually actually tapped VWAP, but I got out here where this previous support level was. VWAP reversion, again, structure starting to wane. You see a new high, a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, double top. Now break of that previous low. I actually took this one early. I just had a real strong sense about this one. I talk about it in the video. And then straight back to VWAP, about a 2.5 to 3R win. So again, my 4 trade setups, guys, zone breaks. A majority of my scalping trades are zone breaks, zone reversals, as we talked about, T-con or trend continuation trades, and then the VWAP reversion trades. All of the samples I showed you or examples are on YouTube. The full real-time trade videos from beginning to end, entry to exit. I encourage you to look at those and about 200 more examples or more, probably around 240 other trade examples there on YouTube. And that's just since October. And we are now in, we just started January of 2023. Thanks for joining me, guys. Have an amazing day. We'll talk soon.